Hello, I'm Barry McCormick. Welcome to the Bastillebsd video series. Today I want to do a short video on templates. One of the powers of Bastillebsd is the templates. You're able to take a predefined recipe and apply the same recipe or template to multiple jails. What this allows you to do is have infrastructure as code, which is one of the buzzwords we've all heard, but it actually gives you infrastructure as code, or IAC, and it allows you to create multiple jails configured exactly the same. So let's talk about the templates a little bit. As usual, I have up the Bastillebsd website. We go into the documentation, look at the table of contents, and there's an entire section down here on templates. Okay? It supplies. Bastille supports a templating system allowing you to apply files, packages, and commands. In other words, anything you can do to a jail installing something, you can do within a template. Here's a list of all the various hooks that are in there. You create your templates. Your Bastille prefix is user local Bastille, then templates. Okay, as of 0.7, we went to a single file template. Previously, when we first started, we had multiple files doing different things. We put them all into one template file called a Bastille file. So in other words, kind of like Docker has a Docker file, Bastille has a Bastille file. If you look at here's the list of the automation hooks and says what, the format and an example of them. I'm not going to sit here and read these to you. Template hook descriptions. You can supply arguments to templates. Again, here's all of the various hooks. Bootstrapping templates. One of the things is you'll notice that we have templates that are in the old format that are on GitLab. We have all the templates arranged in a very structured ports style format on GitHub. Here's how to bootstrap the templates from GitHub. These being little bitty text files, you can bootstrap all 100 and something templates and it takes up next to no space. So this is how you bootstrap the templates. Let's go over here to clear this screen. I have a VM on Beehive here. I have several jails already built so we can have something to play with the templates on. Notice I'm in the user local Bastille templates. The only thing that is there is the default template, which is where the base, clone, empty Linux, stick, thin, VLAN, and VNet ones are. So the default ones are in there, but there are no other templates. So now, if I Bastille bootstrap and I tell it to go to GitHub and get the templates, now you have Bastillebsd templates. Then here's all the templates. Now, we have just released 0.14. There's already a patch in to fix this to where you don't have to go Bastillebsd templates again. But until the next release, you will have to go through this. Now, like if we look in www, you have all of these templates. You have all those templates in net management. So all the templates, let's look at a template. Let's go, nice simple one, Nginx. Bastille file always has a capital B. Now, we look at this template file here. Package Nginx, in other words, it will install Nginx. Copy user. It'll source RC. It'll set Nginx enable equal yes. It'll run a test on the Nginx config, and it'll start Nginx. Very simple, very straightforward template. Now, if I do, let's install Bastille template onto Sing. Now, I'm going to have to put Bastillebsd templates Nginx. So now, like I said, we have a patch to make this to where you won't have to put Bastillebsd templates, but for now you do. Now it is bootstrapping, it is downloading Nginx, installing package. This is a brand new jail, so it had to install package. There was nothing installed on it. So take it here just a second to get Nginx. Notice it automatically says yes and does everything for you. Done. So now if I look at it, Sing is 115. We get a welcome to Nginx. So it is running on 115. So I just created an Nginx server. If I wanted to do it to all of them, I want them all to be Nginx servers. I'm building a cluster. Now it's going through and doing every last one of them. Or you could give it a list in double quotes of the various jail names if you wanted to target. Remember, while this is doing it, we'll go back to the Bastille. Go to the documentation. Oops. Targeting. Remember, you can run any Bastille command and put in quotes a list of jail names, and it will run the command on those jails. Or you can put all for all containers. So don't forget this it has to be in double quotes though. If you just put a list there with no double quotes, it'll fail saying I don't know what jail 2 is. And then obviously the all. Okay. Oh, Folsom already had Caddy installed, so it failed because it ran into an IP address conflict. Okay. There's all the databases. Like I said, there's a lot of templates. Last count, we were well over 100 templates. I'm not sure exactly how many templates there are here now. If you write a template, if you go through and configure a template, feel free to submit it, and we will add it to the template directory. Because we're always looking for templates, because and you may get a template. Let's say MySQL Server template here. Let's go into it, okay, package MySQL 80 server. When this server was, or this template was created, MySQL 80 was the current server. I think you're on 92 or something now, or 10 dot something. So one thing with templates is you may have to look at the versions. If it's something that has versions like MySQL does, you may have to edit the template before you apply it and edit the versions. So don't just blindly apply the templates. Open them up, open up the Bastille file and look and make sure the versions are correct. Because I'm betting if I run MySQL, let's see what. Well, MySQL 8.0 server is still there. So this one would work. But 91 has come out. You might want 91. So yeah, check the Bastille file for versions. This is a Bastille file that Krister created when he was building a Minecraft server for his son. This one is very in-depth. It has arguments to where you tell it how much memory to give the arguments. It's setting for stats 1, allows, it mounts the Linux file systems. It opens a tmux terminal with OpenJDK 17. It goes into it changes into and it builds a port. So you can actually have your template file build something from ports. If there's something that there's like a Minecraft server, there is no package for it. You have to build it every time. That or go find it off of the Mojang website and download their Java jar. But if you want your own version of it, this one will build. Then it enables Minecraft and sets a bunch of things. Then it does a redirect to open up the port for Minecraft. So this one here is probably one of the more complicated templates. I tried to run this earlier just to see, and it took like 35-40 minutes for it errored out. So I'm not going to sit here and run it. You don't want to sit here and watch this thing compile in Minecraft server. But it's a very good example of a very complicated port. Okay, there's one for Vault. Vault's a key storing application. So like I said, if you're looking to install a package on a server, look through the templates and see if there's a template there of what you're looking to install. Like I said, the Bastille files are pretty simple. They're actually, pre, during, and post, and just think of them as everything in order that you would do installing a system is what you write down in a Bastille file. There's no big magic to it, nothing mysterious. It's just strictly what you need to do to install the system. So hopefully this gives you a jump start on using templates. And as always, happy computing.